So hello there, this is a final check for pupas of the Mopane worm, Gonimbrasia zambesina. I was very happy that I found some small drops on two of the leaves after I had my last two caterpillars fed some days ago with the last green pieces of oak. That's what I found on one of the leaves here. This drop, it was quite a wet mass of a fluid. It's the last gut content of the caterpillar before he's going into pupation. So he expelled or ejects all of the fluid that he doesn't use anymore and empties the gut content. So this is the only time a caterpillar is not ejecting a very dry kind of fecal pellet, but the very wet one. So this is the traces of one of these spots, and on another leaf I also found another of these traces. So I knew that probably they went now into pupation. I also tried to give them some Nerium oleandrum, because I thought if they dry out too fast they won't have anything to eat anymore here. Now let's have a look now whether they have been into pupation now, all of them. But first here I already see one still waiting on a leaf. I hope it's really the last one, because now it will be very, very hard to find some leaves of oak. So this one is the last caterpillar waiting for some fresh food. I try to put this on this Nerium oleandrum. Probably he will accept this as an emergency food to go to pupation afterwards too. So let's have a look. This is the only one here at the moment that I find. And of course I want to check now whether I find some Pupas. You know what I did? I put all of these last oak twigs into little glass jars so I can go through them very quickly. And what we find then in the box here is only the dried material made with sand and peat, so that the pupas or the caterpillars, if they like to pupate here, can dive down into the substrate and try to make a pupal chamber. So that's what we try to go through afterwards. First I have to take all of these little glass jars with the twigs, and then I have to go through the substrate to see whether I find pupa of Gonimbrasia zambesina in here. And I hope, of course, so. Here you see also, this is also a drop, one of the last drops of the caterpillars, but before they go down. Here are some pieces of, bark, and this is, I have to carefully go through later on. First, I just have an inspection from the top here, so that I can see whether I just find something with my bare eyes, but there is nothing here at the moment. And this is the last of these four little twigs of oak. At the moment they are completely dried out. So as you know, a lot of the caterpillars, not only in Africa but around the world, they are synchronized, of course, with the periods of the rainfall and dry seasons. And if we have a look at the place where Gonimbrasia zambesina is growing, we will now see exactly what happens now during pupation. So this is from Zambia. This is a typical rainfall and dry season map of rainfall in Zambia. So you see that the rainy seasons are in January, February, March, April, May stops, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes or 6 months is a drought there, and afterwards it starts raining again, and it goes up very quickly here, while the temperature, the average temperature, stays constant along between 30 and 25 degrees. So that's the Mopane worm goes into pupation at this place when the Mopane trees also start becoming dried out, and then it pupates for around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months to come out after 6 months later on. Of course, all this rainfall scheme, they can change a lot in Africa from places where you are. This is one from Tanzania with 2 top rainfall seasons. Also, some of the insects, they have 2 generations. There are 2 peaks when they arrive in Tanzania at the humid or high rainfall seasons. Or this one is from Pretoria, South Africa. It's also kind of close to this rainfall scheme of Zambia. So we can hope that if we find some pupas, that we can keep them here in a dry place. You see the temperature is going slightly down in the dry season here, so that we can keep them here in a dry spot inside of the house during 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So now it's November, so we have November, December, January, February, March, April. So if we're happy and lucky, April or May, we can wake them up with water here. And then, if we really are very lucky, they come out and we can start mating them and rearing the new larvae in this season. While this 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 months, probably we can make 2 generations if possible here. So that's the task now, to find them. So for this, I just try to dig out some of this material here and to see where they are, where they have gone, whether we see some of them here, yeah, where they have dug into the soil and what they did. Of course, what I see here from the top is also that fecal pellets started to there's mold is seen here, and let's see whether we find a pupal chamber also here. I mean, they don't do real pupal chambers. Probably they just dig into the soil somewhere. And let's see whether we can find something here. Yeah, look, here's one of these pupas. Wonderful. Just here. Let's see whether it's still. Sometimes you see them moving. Now let's see. Here's the pupa of Gonimbrasia zambesina. One of them we already had. It was just laying in the middle of this earthy material here. But that's probably also the stuff that it's a very, very slightly wet here. But I was very careful not to over wet it. And here's the skin, the shed skin of the caterpillar. So one of them we already found. This is really nice, and I'm very happy that I could find it. So let's see whether we find some more of them. Of course, here's a centipede. I have to remove this one. Probably this could pose a problem if it's getting bigger. Yes, one of them here. So let's go through this box carefully again, like with the other one. Also here you see there's an acorn of the oak. Oh, this would be very nice. We find a lot of this nice pupas of Gonimbrasia zambesina, and I also see, yes, here look, it was quite on the bottom of the box here. There are 2 of them here in the same box. Look, have a look here into this box. There are 2 of the pupas here, so I also show them to you. One here. This is pretty big. Seems a little bit fresher than the other one. This is one also very nice and big. pupa. They are completely black-brown. And here is a earthworm. I take it out. And here's also some part of the shed skin here on the head capsule. And of course, now we have to keep it quite dry. Here's a part of a rose java that came from the original substrate here that I mixed in. And of course, here also some shed skin. Number 3 we have. Very nice. I'm very happy to see that. Look at this nice pupas of Gonimbrasia zambesina. Of course, afterwards I would like to put them into one single box. Why? Because then I can keep the humidity and the substrate in the same quality for all of the pupas that I find. And then I hope, of course, that they come out after 5 to 6 months all at the same time also. So let's start from new. Whether we find something here. Also here, it's still a caterpillar on the bottom, still living, not shed the skin. So I just let it here. So that's pre-pupa stage here now. So this went down to the substrate freshly here. So I think we don't find another here. Let's go to the last box now. Oh, here's another one. Yeah, look at this one. Also pre-pupa stage. So we have to be careful with them. And I put the 2 pre-pupa caterpillars now quickly back to the substrate so they can find a place to finish their eclosure process here in this box. And of course I cover them with the substrate here so they can finish their process. We have 2 pre-pupa stage larvas now. So this is the last box, and of course I hope that we also find here 1 or 2 of this nice pupas. But of course we don't have so many more of the caterpillars. There's another pre-pupa caterpillar, so we also put them in this. Oh, here's a freshly molted pupa of Gonimbrasia zambesina. So I think now this is it for the moment. We have 4 completed pupas. We have 3 pre-pupa stage pupas, and we have 1 last caterpillar. So for this one, he didn't accept now the plant. I've seen it. It crawled down here from this twig of Nerium oleandrum. So I have to tomorrow morning, as soon as it's the sun comes up, I go to see whether I find a very, very, very last green twig of oak for this little caterpillar here. So it would be very, very sad if we lose this nice caterpillar of Gonimbrasia zambesina. So and then we probably make a last pupa check in the box with these 3 pre-pupa larvas here, and then I prepare a cage for them where I put all the pupas in the same conditions, and then we wait until next year, April, May, to see what happens. Thanks for your interest. Thanks for watching these videos.